Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Federal Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my profound privilege to take you through the Green Pakistan Initiative. As it has been highlighted, I am heading this Green Pakistan Initiative around the country, and we want to collaborate with our international partners in this wonderful venture. But before I get on to that, I would like to highlight how big the agriculture is. If we have to look at the big picture, we cannot ignore agriculture. The world reached its first billion in 1803, the second billion in 1930. 127 years were taken to complete the second billion. They last in just 9 years. From here on till 2050, will be about 10 billion people in this world. So what the humans have produced in last 8,000 years, we have to produce the same food for ourselves, for the animals which will feed the humans. In 27 years from now, we have to produce foodstuff which we have produced in last 8,000 years. That is the big picture. So are we geared up? So having this in mind, we have embarked upon this wonderful initiative, which is Green Pakistan Initiative, and I'll take you through a small presentation and then
पाकिस्तान एक ज़रई मुल्क है जिसकी मजमूई मुल्की पैदावार का 23% हिस्सा ज़राअत पर मुनहसर है, लेकिन इसके बावजूद मुल्की रकबे का एक ख़ास हिस्सा बंजर ज़मीन पर मुश्तमिल है, जिसे जदीद निज़ाम के तहत काबिल काश्त बनाया जा सकता है। इसी के पेश नज़र गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान और पाकिस्तान आर्मी की काविशों और बाहमी ताउन से ग्रीन पाकिस्तान इनिशिएटिव मंसूबे का आगाज़ हुआ, जिसकी शुरुआत गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पंजाब के भरपूर ताउन से ज़िला बहावलपुर के इलाके चोलिस्तान से हुई, जिसकी लाखों एकड़ ज़मीन को काबिल काश्त बनाया जा रहा है।
मेरा नाम इंजीनियर उसामा है। जैसा कि आप सबको मालूम है कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान और पाकिस्तान आर्मी के बाहमी ताउन से हम लोग इस सहराई चोलिस्तान के इलाके को सरसब्ज़ व शादाब बना रहे हैं। पाकिस्तान ग्रीन इनिशिएटिव प्रोग्राम के तहत हमने खिपली, मौजगढ़ और कंडाई में इस प्रोग्राम का आगाज़ कर दिया है। पहले मरहले में हम लोग सेंट्रल पिवट सिस्टम और ट्यूबवेल सिस्टम की मदद से इस ज़मीन और फसल को काबिल काश्त बनाएंगे।
ये मंसूबा एक जदीद माहौलियाती निज़ाम पर काम करेगा, जिसमें पहले मरहले पर लैंड डेवलपमेंट के ज़रिए ज़मीन को हमवार किया जाएगा। इसके बाद पेवट फार्मिंग और ट्यूबवेल के ज़रिए आबपाशी का जदीद निज़ाम तश्कील दिया जाएगा। बाद अज़ां इस प्रोजेक्ट में बिजली की तरसील के लिए ट्रांसमिशन लाइंस का नस्ब करना और ज़मीनी रसाई के लिए रोड नेटवर्क भी मंसूबे में शामिल है।
हम गरीब लोग हैं, चोलिस्तान में रह रहे हैं। हमारी ज़मीन जो है वो बहुत बंजर है, ऊंचे टिब्बे हैं, फोक लाने हैं, जंडियाँ हैं, जिनकी वजह से हम गरीब लोग हैं, इस ज़मीन को आबाद नहीं कर सकते। मेहरबानी है टीम की, जिसने हमारी मदद की और हमें मौका दिया। हमारा जो डेजर्ट एरिया पड़ा था वो उसकी जो है ना काश्तकारी के काबिल वो कर रही है उसको, और हम भी इनके साथ जो है ना सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं अपनी तरफ से।
ये मंसूबा सिर्फ चोलिस्तान तक ही महदूद नहीं, बल्कि इसे मुल्क के दूसरे इलाकों तक भी फैलाया जाएगा, जिससे एक तरफ ज़राअत के शोबे को तरक्की मिलेगी तो दूसरी तरफ ग़िज़ाई किल्लत में कमी करके पाकिस्तान को हकीकतन
So, gentlemen, in our history, in 1960 and 70s decade, we embarked upon the first Green Pakistan Initiative, and we outperformed all South Asian region countries. Our wheat production increased from 3.7 million metric tons to 6.8 million metric tons, which was 79% increase. And we became net exporters of the agriculture produces, and this has a positive effect on our economy. So Pakistan is a land mass of 79.6 million hectares, out of which As we speak today, 24.1 million hectares is under cultivation, and we still have about 9.1 million hectares which is available state land which can be put under cultivation. So on the horizontal plane, we have to increase the area under cultivation, and in the vertical plane, we have to increase the productivity to become food surplus country, just to ensure that we have that exportable surplus. Next. Next. Khol de pura ise. Khol de. So we have to challenge this challenge. In last about 76 years, we have increased our area which is under cultivation by 7 times. We have to add another 8 to 10 million hectares into our total area in about next 5 to 7 years. Same is the case with the productivity. We have to increase both wheat as well as the cotton. Next. Next. So the area that we are targeting is 18,200 square kilometers, which is larger than 42 countries of the world. That is the magnitude of this project which has been initiated, and it is on its way. So this is more than 42 countries of the world, usse bada area that we are targeting at the moment. Next. So this is the technology-driven large-scale farming and livestock, where joint ventures, mechanization, high-efficiency irrigation systems, and research and development is part of this particular initiative. Next. Next. So we have lands available in Punjab, we have lands available in Sindh. Click karte jaएं. Next. We have lands available in Sindh. Next. KPK, Balochistan. So variety of crops in various ecological regions that we have. We have 12 ecological regions in Pakistan. From the seaside to the Himalayas, we have varying type of land which is available. So all sorts of crops can be sown, grown, and harvested in this particular region. Next. So this is just a video clip of Cholistan, which is a desert, which was a desert, and just see how it has been transformed into a lush green area from where we are getting the maximum wheat produced in Pakistan.
जी, जो कुछ पुरानी ज़मीनें हैं जहाँ पे आबाद हो चुकी हैं, और जो इसके अंदर प्रॉपर जो इनपुट्स देते हैं खाद की और स्प्रे और पेस्टिसाइड और वक्त पे पानी, तो बिल्कुल लेते हैं वो।
सर ये फसल जो आपकी जो नज़र आ रही है, ये भी इस वक्त जो 50 मन से कम की पैदावार तो मुझे इसमें भी नज़र नहीं आ रही।
About 3 years back, it was a desert, and now that is how it looks like. This is Cholistan. Next, please. Next. So, the primary objectives of this particular initiatives have to land development and yield, bringing biodiversity, social import substitutes, and then ultimately ensuring a social impact on our society. Next. The strategy is very simple. We want to collaborate with our foreign investors, large-scale corporate domestic investors. There's some land which is being self-cultivated. Livestock is an essential part, and the small farmers are part of this initiative, because these large-scale farms will have a butterfly effect on the small-scale farmers, because Pakistan's land holding is 95% by our small farmers, those who are under 12.5 acres of land. Next. So we have made certain models for all sorts of investors, those who want to come and invest. Next. Next. Khol de pura. Next. Here I will take a minute to explain the Special Investment Facilitation Council, which is one-stop facility for all sorts of investors, those who want to come, and with a constitutional amendment, section 175E, which has been enacted. Now Pakistan Army, like many other armies around the globe, have a place in national development. The federal government can order Pakistan Army to undertake their certain national development projects. Next. Next. So we have a model where if somebody wants to do a JV where they are unregistered JV, they're not on SCCP, they can have that JV. Next. If somebody wants to do a JV while remaining part of SCCP, they can do that. Next, we have a contractor model, which is build, operate, and transfer model, and we have the investor model, where somebody who just, next please, who just have the money, and they want to come and get into some JV with us, and we can undertake that project. Next, please. So these are the target crops. As it was highlighted, that we want to ensure import substitutes, and then we want to create exportable surplus from Pakistan for feeding the region. Next. So this is the export potential that we have. If we see KSA, they import about $21.6 billion of foodstuff, and our share is just 0.23 billion. Next. If we talk of UAE, their import is about $18.3 billion, and our share is just 0.6 billion. Next. And China, which is next door, they import about $134 billion of foodstuff, and our share is just $2.8 billion. So a lot of potential is there. We have the land, we have the human resource, we have the climatic conditions, and we have the places where we can export this surplus that we will generate from this fertile land. Next. So we have the foreign investors. We have already in agreement with about for 140,000 acres in various parts of our country. Next. And we have our domestic investors for 224,000 plus acres, Unity being the largest partner as of today, but we are getting now Fatma-led consortium. They're asking for about 70,000, and Dalda Group, they're asking for about 60,000 acres of land so that they can produce canola as well as sunflower, sesame oil, and palm oil from within Pakistan, and then we can save billions of dollars for Pakistan. Next. So a word about water resource management. Next. Next, please. So we are moving away from the traditional lined canals and that kind of stuff, and we are bringing this piped water from a sweet water zone to this desert, and it will be a pleasant surprise for each one of you that we have one of the largest sweet water aquifer which is lying just adjacent to our desert. Because this desert was about 5,000 years back, this was Hakra River, and Hakra River's civilization was here. Even if you travel today, there is a line of 37 forts which were built on this river. So we are just getting back in history and trying to tap that sweet water which is available. Because if we see in this world, the world is 75% water, 25% earth on which we move. Out of 75% water, 97.5% is brackish. So we're left with 2.5% fresh water. Out of 2.5% fresh water, 72% is frozen in the glaciers, North Pole and all those places. 27% is underground. What we see in the canals and rivers is just 1% of the fresh water. So now we have to tap that underground water. So there is a large resource available. Yes, we have to resort to high efficiency irrigation systems, and this kind of system where we tap every drop of water and convert that into productivity. 1 million acre feet of water, if converted into produce, gives you $1 billion. And we throw 37 million acre feet of water down South Kotri every year. Rest is up to you. You can do the economics much better than what I can do. Next, please. Next. Next. We have the foreign collaborations already. Next. Next. Khol dein Sara. So we are collaborating with China. We are collaborating with Hectares, Turkey, those who produce the high quality seeds. Next. Next. Khol dein. With Finland, with China. Next. So these are the initiatives. We are working with all the research institutes in Pakistan, and we are creating about 32 varieties of new seeds. The work is already on. Some has been completed in last 3 to 4 years, and we are taking that forward. So the seed certification and quality seeds availability is being ensured in this project. Next. Next, Khol dein. So same is the case with livestock. The complete grassroots incentivized dairy development system is being developed. Next, quickly chala dein. Likewise, acquisition of technology. Next. So these are the vistas of modernization in the main crops, in the fruits, vegetables, livestock, fisheries, poultry, renewable energy, biodiesel, R&D, and the complete world is available. So it is not just the practical agriculture in which you all can come and be partner with. It can be silos, it can be greenhouses, it can be cold storages, it can be fuel stations, it can be implements, it can be service provision, and much, much more. Sure. Next. Next. So these are the incentives which have already been announced by the government in the last budget. Next. 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 So we have, the government has announced facilitation in agriculture related imports. Customs and sales exemptions have been given. They have incentivized the renewable energy use, and then hybrid seed imports have been now, the custom and sales tax has been waived off. Next. We have developed a state-of-the-art facility. I will just run a small clip. So, ladies and gentlemen, farm on palm is the vision that we have from a small farmer to large scale corporate farmer. They should be able to be on their farm virtually by using this artificial intelligence. On the back end, we have a database as large as about 50 terabytes. So, that is the vision with which this project has been conceived. And in the last, I would like to share that agriculture produce will just be a small segment of this wonderful project. Actually, what we are eyeing is the large and huge carbon credit market, because there are certain prerequisites to get into that market. We have to use the green energy. We have to make sure that water conservation is ensured. We have to do the poverty alleviation. We have to keep in mind these sustainable development goals. We have to do the social uplift. We have to control the methane emissions, and so far and so on and so forth. So this all is part of this vision, so that 3 to 4 years down the line, all those who will join hands with us in this wonderful project, they will get into this carbon credit market, which is huge. And the last summit that we had in Paris, the world has pledged $10 billion for this particular carbon credit market. And then this market is over $100 billion already, and it is growing. So we have to actually innovate and we have to get into that world sooner than later. So the last thought, we have to mechanize, we have to optimize, and we have to use every drop of resource which has been provided to us by Almighty. Thank you very much.